Okay, well, it's time to change the channel, I guess, to Beijing 2022 ROC versus Team Finland. Because for Vancouver, Anaheim, like, what can you even say about that game? It sucks because, like, I can't go 100% in either direction. I can't go all pessimistic, negative, oh, this team sucks, because they went out there and they scored 4 goals. And you can't go out there and appreciate the 4 goals and be, excited to see the goals and see the points and all that, because they let in 7 and they sucked. Like, this is what I was talking about the entire time. Because I'll tell you this, when I posted the video yesterday, oh, how good are the Vancouver Canucks really? I had a lot of comments that were kind of agreeing with me, and I love to see that. I love seeing people agree with me, not just because it makes me feel good. I think it makes everybody feel good, but it makes me realize that a lot of you in the comment section understand what's going on with this team, or maybe not understand what's going on with this team. That makes it seem like the way I view things is 100% fact and it's 100% truthful, which you shouldn't be thinking about things that way, but you see the way I think about this team, right? There were still so many people yesterday I saw on Twitter, on social media, mostly just Twitter to be honest, saying that for the Vancouver Canucks there were still reasons to be positive and believe that they could go out there and qualify for the playoffs. Oh, they're only 5 points out of a playoff spot. Oh, look at the pace under Boudreau. They're playing at a 110-point pace. And that argument was so prominent yesterday that it kind of made me feel sort of uncomfortable viewing how a lot of Canucks fans viewed this team, because I looked at the Canucks and I said, dude, do you think this team is that good? I'm going to be repeating myself, but do you think a blue line that has Tucker Poolman, Tyler Myers, Kyle Burrows, and Travis Hamonic as mainstay guys, do you think that team is a 110-point caliber pace team like Bruce Boudreau's record would indicate? Do you think this team is a contender in the same way that teams like the Colorado Avalanche or the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Florida Panthers are contenders? Because if you do, then I don't know if we're watching the same team. Unfortunately, this perspective was very prominent on Twitter. It was not too prominent on the comment section on YouTube, so I'm very happy to see that a lot of you see things the same way that I do. But this game against the Anaheim Ducks went out there and really shoved a needle into that entire idea that says that the Vancouver Canucks could even, in any realm, contend in the playoffs, let alone maybe even make it in the first place. This was a super important game against an Anaheim Ducks team that they're fighting for a playoff spot against. And the Ducks came in here, they stormed out with 2 points, and Vancouver gets 0. Yeah, if that's not a dagger, I don't know what is. And the dagger in this game came in the first, 5 minutes, because Troy Terry, dude, he comes out here, he tips one out of midair, immediately it's 1-0 Anaheim, eventually, 2 minutes later, it's Derek Grant in front, another goal, 3 shots, 2 goals for the Anaheim Ducks. The Vancouver Canucks only have 1 shot on goal in this entire span. You give it a few more minutes after the 2-0 goal, Schenn goes to the box, the Canucks kill it off. It was a terrifying penalty kill, but it still works. Thatcher Demko stands tall. Eventually, JT Miller goes to the box after getting in a defenseman's face, and Rickard Rakell tips in a long shot from the point afterwards. There was debate as to whether or not this was a high stick, but it wasn't really even challenged. It's 3-0 Anaheim. Okay. Yeah, what a great way to start this game off, eh? Shades of the Yaroslav Halak game, except this time it's Thatcher Demko in instead. Things got even worse for the Vancouver Canucks when Tyler Motte had himself a really good scoring opportunity immediately afterwards. Now, he doesn't score here, but that's not the bad part. The bad part is he draws a penalty, and the Canucks go on one of the worst power plays we have seen in a long time. This power play can't break in, and on the odd 1 or 2 chances that they fluke themselves into offensive zone time, they end up fumbling the puck so badly, and they pass it to nobody that Anaheim just takes it back and sends it all the way down. This power play had no cohesion in the first period, and I'm saying the first period specifically because later on in the game we'll get to the power play over there, but yeah, it wasn't a good start for Vancouver at all. The second period comes out here, Bo goes to the box, and the Ducks score immediately. It's a rebound out in front. 4-0 is the score. 11-2 are the shots at the start of the second period. And then Hughes goes to the box immediately after too. The Ducks just toy around with the Canucks in the offensive zone, and they pot one in. It's 5-0, 5 minutes into the second period, 13-3 the shots. So pitiful. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, This is our 110-point pace team, right? This is our isolate Bruce Boudreau and say how good the team record is because that is indicative of how well the team is actually performing team, right? No. No. 110-point pace teams do not go out there and play the way the Vancouver Canucks did in the first 25 minutes of action here tonight. They don't go down 5-0 in 25 minutes of action like Vancouver did. They don't do what the Vancouver Canucks do. And then they pulled the goalie. Thatcher Demko comes out, it's Yaroslav Halak who comes in, and eventually, hey, Petey steals the puck in the offensive zone, Garland gets it, cross-crease to Pearson, he scores! It's 1-0 under Halak, and the Vancouver Canucks sort of have a little bit of life. I mean, they're down 5-1 with like 34 minutes to go. They're not going to come back and win this one, but hey, 5-1, nice. Then Petey scores a one-timer on the power play later on, too. You know, I talked about the Canucks power play not going out there and actually getting some good offensive zone time, but, like, Hughes just sends a pass to Pettersson, and just like David Pastrnak earlier tonight against Ottawa, he rips a one-time shot, short side, makes it 5-2 Anaheim, and Petey gets his second point on the night. Very good to see that. But eventually, the Ducks score immediately afterwards. Hughes passes one through Halak's legs, and the Ducks get it back. There's a shot made, and it gets behind Halak. Shen can't get it. Henrique rushes to the goal and pots it in. Like, you know, this is what I mean, right? There's a good side of this game, Petey getting points and all that, the production. There's a bad side of this game, it's everything else. The third period was filled with more of that, as the Ducks scored again to kick things off in the third period. It's a shot blocked by Luke Shen, but it bounces off to Delorier, who scores. That's his second of the game. Eventually, there is a Garland spinning backhander. He roofs it off the back of the netting. He makes it 7-3. Petey goes to the point, down to Garland, who roofs it, so Pettersson with 3 points on the night. Eventually, Hughes scores 2. Mott feeds it down the boards to him at the blue line, and he comes in with a slap shot, and it goes right by everybody. Very nice play right there for Quinn Hughes. We need to see more of that. Luke scored a goal earlier yesterday in a similar fashion, so yeah. We know Quinn doesn't score too many goals, but when he does, they look very nice, and that one was one of those very nice-looking ones. So if he could do more of that as the games go on, hey, that'd be pretty good. But obviously, I wouldn't really expect too much out of Hughes in that department. His assist playmaking is a lot more his forte. But 7-4 is the end score here. The Vancouver Canucks absolutely blow this one. If you want to go out there and pull the same excuse we did in the Islander game, oh, after Halak got pulled, Demko came in and the score was 3-1 under Demko. You gotta pull the same thing here. After Demko got pulled and Halak came in, the score was 4-2 Vancouver. And John Gibson on the other end, the guy had a bad statistical game, but he still played pretty okay. He still made some saves that I thought were worth talking about, but at the end of the day, the guy let in 4 goals on 20 shots, so like, yeah, he had an 800 save percentage. Really not good there for John Gibson, but still, Thatcher Demko has the worst of the bunch. 643 save percentage, man. The guy let in 5 goals on 14 shots. How do you even comprehend that? I know, the game was as good as Demko could have had it. It's just the Vancouver Canucks D-Corps left him out to dry, left these tip shots to go in, and left those rebounds right there on the doorstep. And I don't even have the right to go out there and rip on them 100% because they still scored 4 goals and they still came back in some respect. So, like, what do you even say? This is game, man. Vancouver Canucks are not good enough to be a playoff contender, and I hope that this was one of the games that allows Jim Benning, Castonguay, Coronato, Alvin to see why. And if it means they're going out there and making a trade sooner rather than later, then I like the sound of that. You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go now because ROC Finland is on, and Finland just scored a goal, so I'm going to go out here and watch this game. Because, yeah, this is probably going to have a lot more heart in it than Vancouver-Anaheim did. So talk to me in the comments, what do you think about Vancouver and how they blew it here tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.